Willow Smith's topless Instagram picture is creating a whole lot of controversy. Now, I did go on her Instagram before we describe it, and I didn't see it on her actual feed, but it is her profile picture. So I'm not sure if she deleted it or if it was her profile picture to begin with, and I do this because it's the circle. Okay, the Instagram circle is your profile picture. Now, a lot of different media outlets, because we saw a lot of different examples of the story today, Amir and I, and some people are really saying that she's topless, meaning that she was wearing like a top that was sheer, that showcased her nipples and her breasts. But in reality, even though she's doing this motion,
and say goodbye to these.
Like she's showing her nipples, freeing her nipples, she's wearing a top where the nipples and breasts are painted on, okay? But still, everybody's talking about it. And then I also want to get into just Instagram in general and nudity and some other controversies. Thoughts, 5 words or less.
Relax. They're not Willow's pillows.
That was good, Bree.
Thank you.
Yeah.
She had the breast intentions.
Oh, wow.
Getting jiggy with tit.
Oh.
Tit. I added tit.
Yes. Parents just don't understand. Okay, so first of all, I guess I would be one of those parents because this actually, I see both sides of the coin. I see that, yes, she's just doing this motion and there's nothing there, but I also see a 14-year-old girl who was just 13, who was just 12, and it made me a little uncomfortable.
Who's about to be 17 and who's about to be 18.
I am 16, going on 17.
That's different. There's a big difference between 14 and 18. So I see both sides of the coin.
Right. They're not her breasts.
Yes.
That's the point.
Yes.
And I think that why can we go to Rome and view art that's the same thing? I mean, it's just naked people all the time. We are making it into something it's not. It's not sexual.
Oh, totally. But if she was 18,
sexual.
I would have a different idea of it than being a 14-year-old who's in 8th grade.
Here's my response to that.
Yeah.
Is she's showing like the decency, I guess is the word, but that's got 2 meanings. But she's showing respect for laws of underage people showing their nipples in child pornography by not showing her own. But she's showing solidarity with people who want to free the nipples by doing the motion and showing an image of someone else.
And I get that. I totally do. That's why I see both sides of the coin. Because I do commend her for saying, listen, I support this movement, and I'm 14, so I can't do this movement, but therefore I'm going to do it in my own way that's appropriate for my age. Totally get that. Applaud her for that. But then I saw the comment section, and I do understand why some people are also completely feel uncomfortable about this.
100%. I'm going to take the opposite side. This is wrong and horrible. And Jada, putting out that statement that everyone else is taking this too far, you're not taking it far enough.
I say your 3-cent titanium tax goes too far. And I say your 3-cent titanium tax doesn't go too far enough.
I don't care. She is 14 years old and having anything that I'm all for women being sexually empowered, for showing their bodies, for being strong about themselves. But this is a 14-year-old little girl who should not be over-sexualized.
And he's pretty young. We try not to sexualize her.
And that's our issue. Yeah. And even though it's a t-shirt, she's over-sexualizing herself, and then we want everyone to applaud? Hell no.
When I was that age, my mother and father, they were super strict with me, and that just made me want to do and say more inappropriate things. And I did. I said things that I didn't even understand. Like I remember I posted something on Facebook about what are your hobbies? Giving roadhead. Because I saw it in a movie, I didn't even know what it meant.
Oh my God.
And I put that down, right? Okay? And my mother found
Oh
it.
my God.
And she flipped out, and I still didn't know what it meant for like years after that.
Yeah, me
right?
too,
Okay.
right.
But this is something that when you're that age, you have so much to say, and you do have valid opinions to offer. And this is not like that at all. This is important. This is a movement about not being sexual with the feeding tools for children.
And I'm with that, but the thing is, as a parent, there are guidelines and rules of what your kid can wear to school. That shirt is not appropriate to wear to school, and that shirt should also not be appropriate for Instagram. If she was in a normal traditional school, the school would make her take that down or tell the parents to take that down, because you're not going to have a child promoting anything of that. I'm all for freedom of speech. I support this movement, but at the end of the day, as someone who's worked in the social work field, this is a child, and we don't know what type of mental damage this is going to do. We don't know what type of pedophiles are watching this and getting some type of sick.
Yeah.
But they're not
I hear what you're
hers.
saying, and
I know.
I hear what you're saying. I definitely hear what you're saying, especially with the school thing. I will say that school needs to create an environment where the primary goal is learning and teaching, and that would be distracting in a school environment. So I think that could be a little qualified there. I also just want to stress that like Instagram can be a place to make these kinds of statements. I think if it was her showing her own nipples, I'd be like, you can't do that. You're
absolutely.
too young to do that just by. But this is the place where you're able to effectively create discourse in a way that says that, listen, I have the maturity to say I'm not just going to flash my nipples. I'm trying to qualify it. So yes, I definitely see where.
So
you're
you want
from.
your 14-year-old daughter to put something?
Yeah, would
that
you
shows?
want your
That's the thing.
8th grade daughter?
Yeah,
I don't care.
I don't
care.
have kids.
But
And
when
so
you did,
I
come
can't.
on, because every man, we know this, every parent,
I
person who's going to
wouldn't
be a
feel
parent.
comfortable with my 14-year-old daughter
You
doing
will
that.
not.
I
I would tell her-
absolutely would. I would not give a shit. She had genitalia. No, not okay. But breasts, I'm sorry, I just can't get over the fact that
I think at
it's the
18,
same fucking thing.
I
A
think
man's
18 and
shirtless
14,
is-
big difference. I think she's
doesn't
too young.
matter.
I think she's
No,
too
but
young.
hold on. In your defense, I say that like kids under the age of 18, like my son's friends, when they post like shirtless photos, and these are guys, I
Yeah.
call their parents immediately and say, hey, your kid
Okay.
has this on Instagram and he should take that down. Because it's still a child on Instagram with their shirt off, whether it's a boy or a girl, whether you're showing fake nipples. One of my son's friends had a like fake dildo thing that was like he got from a party store that was kind of like hanging out of his jeans.
Ooh.
He had jeans on, wasn't his own penis, and I was like, that's completely inappropriate. I called his parents immediately. I'm known as a snitch, by the way, and said,
great.
this
That's
is
okay as a
wrong.
parent.
Yeah, this is wrong, and it needs to go down. The parents were like, thank you for letting me know.
Yeah.
I just want teens to be, I totally get her. Again, I just want to make my point that I get what she's doing, and I think that it comes from a really great place, and I do applaud her for that, but I just want to see teens be teens longer. I feel like this is more of an adult statement to make.
I will say that in like international discourse and since the 60s in America, in Iran, and in China, teens are the people making the political
Oh,
statements.
completely.
So
but
but I know what you mean that the teenage time is the time to also like get in a convertible and have a good time and go shopping. Like,
couldn't she have found another way, and I know you're going to do this? Couldn't she have created an amazing hashtag, done something new that other teens could have followed, like put a photo in front of her chest that said, I support this movement? That would have been a piece of paper in front of her chest.
But that she
put a
is.
piece
But
of cloth
she's putting
in front of her.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the cloth has
Also-
titties on it.
Also,
And she's 14.
I mean, she could have written something about titties instead of that picture, but she'd need 1,000 words.
And I think this was a great discussion. We would
Definitely.
love if you guys continued the conversation in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe. Big round of applause, Karama Brown.
Thank
Woo!
you, thank you.
Make sure you check him out on Dr. Drew on Call. Also go to karamabrown.com
Yes.
and just keep your eyes out on billboards and stuff because his face is all over the place. We'll see you guys all next time on Pop Trigger.